everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, so today we're gonna do a dash cam install for my 2019 Land Rover Range Rover Sport. This is the L494, I guess, chassis code. So if you had that generation, hopefully the instruction should apply to you. Okay, we're gonna do a Blackvue dash cam. All right, so the things we're gonna need for this, obviously your dash cam. I ordered the 2-channel. I may do the rear camera. I'm not sure yet. It's a little, depending on how the car is, maybe a little bit more challenging. But for right now, we're gonna do the front camera. Obviously, we're gonna need some fuse taps. I'm gonna link all this stuff in the description. Fuses, and that's pretty much it. Oh, maybe it's helpful if you have a light, just a flashlight. And let's see, trim removal tool. All right, there we go. Auto trim removal tool. This will help get some of the things off, inside the interior panels, things like that. It just helps for easier access instead of trying to bend your fingers and fingernails, try to get this in certain places. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the install, and we'll go from there. All right, so unbox this camera, see what we got. Obviously, we have the front and rear camera. Below this, we'll have our Hardwire kit. Hopefully, it should be in this little box. So right here, we have our 12-volt circuit lighter option. We have the cable to run it from obviously from the front camera to the rear camera. And then we have some clips. Actually, it comes with its own trim tool, which is nice. I never received that another Blackvue camera. So yeah, they're including it, at least in this particular model. This is the DR750X 2-channel. So yeah, they give you a trim tool. And then of course, here's our wiring kit. So you have 3 different wires. Red's power. Let's see what we got here. Okay, first thing you want to do is go ahead and get into your glove box, the lower glove box. So I'm gonna hit the button here and open the lower glove box. And owner's manual says to lower these. This is where the light comes in handy. All right, so you see that gray piece, not the black one, the gray one. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press that down with my fingers on both sides. So I'm gonna press down here to release the glove box. Okay, so like I said, press down here on both sides and you should release the lower glove box. Okay, all right. Now that that's dropped, we should have access to the fuse box, and you can see right here, the fuse panel is right there. All right. Okay. Use our trim tool. We're gonna pop this this little side piece off. Okay. All right. I can probably pull this off, this little cover. And you can see here all the fuses. So I'm gonna do, I wanna look at my cover. I wanna see exactly which fuse to use for this. And I think you want to use something not critical. I wouldn't want to use, like, for example, F14. F14 looks like it's the air suspension. Don't want to use that one. I probably would end up using one of the ventilation ones, if not maybe power seat. All right, so we're gonna do what do we have here? So undo this, and it's giving us, so red is the battery, or actually ACC, I should say. this is going to be a source. I need to make sure I put this on something that, a fuse that only comes on when the ignition is on, okay? This one here, battery, this is going to be a constant fuse. Unfortunately, with the Range Rover, any European car, it seems like all the fuses go to sleep. So it's not going to work in that manner, just simply because they're designed to sleep all the fuses. So I won't have the parking recoding. And then of course this last one is going to be on this, a bolt or something like that. I'm gonna find ground. All right, so I'll find a screw or something like that to put that on. And with these three, I should be able to get the power to the camera. I'll run the cable up to the windshield. This is a thicker cable than I've used before. This might not be as easy to hide compared to other cameras that I've used. I mean, look how thick this cable is. So I'll try my best here, see what I can do. If not, I may have to just move this to a different car or something like that. But let's get started again with the install. I think I decided what fuse is going to do. For our ignition fuse, I decided that I'm going to do maybe the 20 amp, the cigarette lighter, and then the battery fuse, maybe I'll just use the 12 volt and just go from there. So F1 and F10. If it doesn't work out, I'll update in this video, so make sure you watch everything. So there's another one that only works. I could do the heated steering wheel if I want to do that one. All right. So the way you do this is I'm gonna pull this cover off, exposing the wiring. Do a few little twists here. And I'm gonna put this basically right in here and crimp it, okay? Once I maybe fold it over on itself, that way it's a little thicker, and then I'll crimp it, okay? Like that. I don't know if you can see that, so I slide that in here. Okay. Once to do that, once it's crimped, it's locked in. Now the way this fuse taps work is you have two slots, okay? Your old fuse, say, for example, if I'm replacing a fuse, and let's say I want to use, like, for example, the sunroof, the fuse. The sunroof fuse is going to go in this lower slot. My new fuse that powers the camera is going to go in the upper slot, okay? That way the sunroof can still get its power from its own fuse. They have this own setting. If I were to find an open slot, which I might try, because there is some blank spots in here, I can just put the new fuse just in the upper section and not put anything in the lower section. Lastly, make sure they're correct. This has to be on the left side of the fuse. This is what the power, this is where the 12 volt power comes from. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to do it, and I'll let you know my results. All right, so got that connected. Let's go ahead and add my fuse. These cameras don't really need anything more than a 10 amp fuse in here, so I'll put that right in the slot. All right, so I did a little work. I'll let you know what I did. I took off the A-pillar, and the way you do that is there's a screw that's in here, and you pop off the face trim. You pop this off, and you'll be able to unscrew it. And the screw is an 8mm it's a bolt. All right, I'll show how I did that. Once you do that, you can remove the A-pillar, and then from there, you can just kind of grab your cord, kind of start it from here, this area right there, and then route it all the way across. Just tuck it, all you need to do is tuck it around here. You can go like along the headliner, and then come down and below here, and then kind of feed your cord right in there, okay? Now let's see what fuses that I used. All right, now the fuse that I used, it looks like it was F3 for my battery, and I used F33 for my ACC. Now, both of these sort of are similar fuses. I'm probably going to change these. Yours can vary. You can decide what you like to do. Right now, the camera powers up fine when I open the door. When the car goes to sleep, it turns off. I haven't really found anything that's ACC specific. I may do some more work depending on if I can do it before I edit this video. If not, then yeah, I'll use it. But at least right now, the camera operates when you open the door, the car wakes up. And that way, if, for example, the alarm goes off and the car wakes up, it hopefully should start recording. So in that sense, I won't get the full parking mode, but like I said, open the door, something like that, it'll record for a little bit and it'll turn off after like 10 minutes. All right, one thing I'm making sure is there's a little vent here that I'm going around the vent. So you can see I'm not putting it right here in front of the vent. I'm gonna go around in front of this way and then run the cord around that way. I'll try that. All right, pop the A-pillar back in. Cord's behind here, coming up this way. All right, so I'll put this cord in here, pop this in. Okay. All right. Just hand tight, pop the cover back on. You're good to go. I'm gonna zip tie the rest of this. So the extra, all these extra cords that I have in here. Zip tight. All right, let's see if this cover pops back on. It may or may not able to go back on. Put that back in there. This bolt right there. It's probably hard to see it. That bolt right behind. It's really hard to finagle the camera back there, but you get the idea. Is that bolt right there. All right, now the part where you mount it. I recommend just sticking it lightly and getting out the car, repositioning, make sure that you got it exactly where you want it. Okay. This part is going to be your discretion. Some people like them here, some people like them there. Just be, this is where, you know, you can make your own judgment. So I'm not going to do too much on this. I'll show you my final install. I think everything is done. You get the idea of where the fuses go to, how to run the wires. That's pretty much the point of this video. Anyway, thanks for watching.